Good morning. It is Tuesday, 31st of January 2023, and checking news this morning. We've got CV consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Tomorrow we've got FOMC, 2, big news release, major news release, and then on Friday we have NFP. So big week of news. Today, volatility is starting to flow in. The swell is starting to flow in, and let's take a look at the charts. S&P 500 yesterday rejected off 4100, and we are now, if we zoom in here and have a look, we had that rejection on Friday, further rejection deeper into demand here at 4,000 yesterday, and then a kick back out. So it's been a bullish kick. That's just looking at the candle here on the daily time frame. If we go to the Dow Jones index on the daily, we can see again rejection here out of 33,500 demand. Bullish still. Okay, no major collapse. I'm always looking for this kind of action if it's going to start selling off hard. We're not getting that right now. That would be red. To indicate a sell candle, but not getting any of that at the moment. Still bullish, it's holding. So bullish on the daily, and I'm waiting until FOMC and NFP to give us a direction. Okay. Ooh, that demand zone is being questioned at the moment. That was my trade yesterday. We'll go over that in a minute. 4 hour. Okay. Here on the 4 hour, we again kicked out of demand 33,500. Okay, I had a nice trade place there for set and forget overnight. I didn't quite make it during the session, but it was a very high probability zone, which I profited off really, really nicely overnight and during London. But this demand zone, 33,500, is holding strong. Okay, supply, demand, and demand. Okay, if we pierce that today, I want to see, whenever we're looking for a strength conviction in a certain direction, I want to see a very bullish imbalance candle. Okay, I want to see a bullish imbalance candle. I need to see a push through to demand 3,300 like this to be questioning whether bearishness is coming. The forces of the bear are increasing. Right now, we are still very much so bullish. Okay, working this range, I dare say we'll get a kick out of demand here, 33,500 up to 34,500. Maybe another dip further deep into the area of demand here. Okay, but depending on what the news is coming up, FOMC and NFP, if it's bullish, dip into demand here, maybe even down to 3,300, then a kick back up to the upside. That's my gameplay anyway. But working this range here right now, we can get rid of this. And just really see how it's working this range area at the moment. Okay, and by that I mean this floor and this ceiling. Okay, in the middle at the moment it's in no man's land, sitting at demand 33,500. We go to the 1 hour now, 1 hour time frame. Remember these boxes in what we're zooming in on. Okay, just to get you in flow with the time frame zoom ins. Okay, and then here we have, we're looking at that area here, and so we can see how it's working these areas of demand here. 1 hour demand, got a few more demand lines in here, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's demand or supply right now. It's just holding in this area, a more skewed demand. The orders are in here. If it holds here and kicks out this morning, I don't know, we'll see. I reckon we're going to get a kick out this morning. Okay, I've got my bracketing here of my alerts, which I'll go down on the 1 minute and look at. This is what we're going to be looking at today on the 1 minute time frame. This rectangular box here, 33,400 is the next level. Beautiful buy there if it goes towards that area. And then, any buying through this region here. There's another small little demand zone through here on the 1 hour. But the major area of interest is here. Just draw like a nice little level there in just to indicate that area of demand which was realized yesterday. Okay, But in regards to the basic structure of price action, we've got our wave up, we've got our pullback, and then another wave up. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. If we were to put a channel in here, this kind of action happening at the moment. Okay, I can just clone that. So that's the kind of channel we're in at the moment. So beautiful pullback area, and again, I took some really nice buys, set and forget buys in this area yesterday, to capitalize off this uptrend that we're in at the moment. So predicted direction for me is another push up to here, or even up to this area here. You're gonna see the points touching. Right, that's the area there, which would coincide with supply 34,500 over to the left-hand side of the chart here from December 1. So this is the angle. Everything's bullish. It's climbing, working back, climbing. Okay, pushing to higher highs. And if it was bearish, it would just look like this. Okay, simple as that. Right. So. Okay, so let's go to the 1 minute now. Great. Okay. I had trades yesterday on... These are the trades I had on. I don't know why I've got it on mindful scalping, but if I put it on my 1 minute, the trades that I had on yesterday were in conjunction with this area of demand here. So, what I did was I actually didn't take the earlier trades during the day, which some of you guys took, and took really well at that. But I was waiting for this lower area. Okay, so some of you guys took this trade. That was great. I waited for this. We didn't quite get there during the session. Okay, but my personal scale in was in conjunction with supply to the demand to the left here from the 26th of January in this area, and I actually put a 100 lot order in beneath, okay, to capitalize from the dip into liquidity, which is the expected pattern. So I had an order in like this, okay, and then I had a few scale-ins, and then my take profit was just underneath this area of demand at the time, which was to become supply. And so
because it's not so big, but you're in the right spot.
So that was my scale in. Scale in pattern was like this. And what I was looking for was this kind of action, right? Here. Why I was looking for that was, again, it was quite a strong push to the upside, and I expected a reciprocal. Okay, some of you took the buy here at demand here and won, and that was great. Little scalps. I was very sure of this supply zone holding and dipping just beneath here. Okay, so I kind of went for the long haul. I could see that this was quite a skew to the downside, so I was waiting for the push in, and these trades ended up eventuating during the London session. Okay, so I dipped I wasn't awake. It went quite far into the negative, and then pushed back up and closed here just at the open this morning at 8:30 a.m. And then if we just go to FP markets, have a look, see here that I took back to break even from my loss on Friday, my silly loss on Friday, which actually didn't need to occur at all. But if we look at yesterday's trades, sorry. Ooh.
It's a big, massive group. Big. You think it's gonna break up? It's just break up like this, and then it starts growing. So you're on top, like going on the
Hang on a second.
and then go like this, and it's so you're already in there. You can or go straight or go on.
So that was that were the trades that closed yesterday, and I'm going to drag them. Okay, make sure you're doing this so you can see where your trades are. Okay, and so if we could see that these trades were set and forget. They were beneath this area here, and the take profit was actually just underneath that area. So it was a very tight little trade. I was very confident in it. You can see that was a supply zone there where I had set the take profit, okay, warning that region there. And look, you know, weren't in line with the bands. It was a set and forget overnight, but it was with a very strong demand zone, and the entry was scaled in through here, and here, a little dip down into further buy liquidity, okay, beneath that demand zone to the left, and then the rejection out and a beautiful take profit. So that was last night's trade, okay, and yeah, just. The reason why I had a bigger lot size beneath was just to get a better average price. As price moved into negative, this would give me a better average price against the initial 2 split 50 lots. Okay, I'll go into that further and go into further in detail in that regarding that in a video. I'll put it into the course in regards to lot sizing. I am lot sizing for a very for a large account record at the moment. So, with what you're doing, just keep it to 25 lots, and you can use up to 3 of those. Okay, if you're on a $500,000 or $1 million account. That was last night, and now looking at today, where are we at? Okay, we've got the index open with this push from the bottom up to the upside, nice mean reversion. Okay, and bullish. It seems bullish here on the interim. It's ranging, you know. So we're working these ranges at the moment. We've got news coming out. We had news come out, 20 minutes ago. So nice supply zone there. Beautiful area of supply through here. Okay. Right. I would wait for that as opposed to that. Okay. Just the further away you are from the median, the higher probability you have of the trade closing. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. We've had this kick out the bottom here, move to the upside. If we go back to the hourly again, look, it's just this perfect uptrend here. So when you look at it like that, quite apprehensive towards taking a sell, to be honest. You know, your buys are tight. Any buy you can get back in this area is going to be fantastic. Whether you can get that or not is another question. Because, you know, if it's going to continue pushing to the upside, there's a likelihood that it's going to fall back down here is not as high. But sorry guys, I've got a lot of chat going on around me, so I'm trying to focus. I'm doing this on purpose to train myself to focus in while there's chaos around. So there is a trade here, okay, but realize that the wind is not behind your back. You are shorting against upside power, okay, which is we are doing that a lot of the time, but just be wary of that, because if it starts to continue pushing to the upside, you need to build this intuition where you realize that that's actually moving away, and then you look to get out back at break even, okay, and it's practicing that exit move that's so important. But right now, look, quite flat, okay, quite flat here on like, it's not actually quite flat at all, to be honest. The trajectory looks like this. Are there trades here? Yeah.
I had to run from this place to the bus stop, and there was no way of getting there, and my board bag was so heavy, I didn't have anything to carry it, and I was like, this is frustrating.
Alright, what are we looking at?
Tiny little bloke, I was struggling, he had the whole thing of his head,
The pattern is up into this area of supply and then take profit before what will become demand here, okay? We don't want to take anything down here because there's a likelihood, the chance is it's going to bounce off that and continue to the upside, okay? Right? Why don't we buy in the middle? Because we don't know, because it could just collapse at any time. So we're straddling price in this way. The highest probability trade is for sure through this area here. Okay. for sure in here. If we get a nice sweep down here and a kick back out, that's ideal. So beautiful buy position here, and I would take the take profit, drag the take profit out a little bit. It still isn't a downtrend overall, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to be too... that kind of thing, okay? That's what I'm looking at for today. Updates later. Have a great morning trading. Cheers.